Yo, what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie. Getting at you guys on this Merry Christmas. And up on panel, we got Just Rob.
Boo, ho, ho, ho.
Who you calling a hoe?
The hose.
Oh, it's the hose now. So are you saying
hose.
that you got hose?
There's no hose in this house, no. Remember that song? No, what? Never mind. I was gonna go deep already.
Yeah, and you saved yourself is what
Yes,
you
I
did.
saved myself.
Yes, because I was gonna be like, wait, hold on. I was about to cut this whole thing.
No.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yup.
No. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, babe.
Merry Christmas to you too, babe.
And where are you right now? Well, where are you gonna be tomorrow? Because we are doing a premiere. It is actually Christmas Eve, but on Christmas Day, where are you at?
Well, I'm Mexican, so we celebrate the 24th. For us, it's the 24th into the 25th, I mean, sorry. So to me, I mean, I don't know. We've had this debate, not you and me, but people debate this all the time. It's like, when is Christmas? Is it the 24th or the 25th? We know it's the 25th, but we start off celebrating the 24th. So.
Is that is that you guys' tradition? Like, is every Mexican household like this, or is it just...
As far as I know, yeah. Because I
So
guess
you
the
guys
whole
open
point
presents... I'm sorry?
No. I was gonna say the tradition or the belief is that we're staying up to wait for 12 o'clock, which is going into the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when I was like real young that we would open our gifts at midnight, but we would stay up. You know, we would be with family, talking to them and everything, partying with them through from the evening of the 24th into the 25th, and then at 12 o'clock we would open. Well, we would give each other hugs. We would say Merry Christmas and stuff, and then we would start giving out their gifts, and then we would open them. And then on the 25th, like, we would go to sleep if we wanted to, and then on the 25th we would wake up and start using our gifts. So that's what we did. But I guess the whole point was to wait for the birth of the day, I think. But then as we got older, nice. We would only open one gift at midnight. And then the next day we would either open the rest of the gifts, or we would go visit family, or just like whoever wasn't around. When we were kids, we would hang out a lot with one of my uncles that lived nearby. So either they would come here or we would go over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would say our tradition is we open all of our presents at midnight.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we will open all our presents at midnight, and then we will all, like, of course, talk, have coffee, cakes, pastries, and then go to sleep with insanely high blood sugar levels. Wake up thirsty like a motherfucker. Because sugar dehydrates us, and we're fucking just chugging water the next day. But yeah, and then we would just what would we do? Well, you know what? We would actually, like, go to my brother's place and do that at midnight. And then of course, for me, I know this is kind of bad, and I'm probably killing my own family's Christmas spirit and tradition, but, like, every Thanksgiving and Christmas, like, I would be like, okay, that was fun. I'm gonna go do deliveries. I'm gonna go do rideshare. So I'm like
Mhm.
making money, like, afterwards. But initially, yeah, like we would just cook like a huge breakfast and like, well, of course, like watch Frasier or like,
Mhm.
like the comfort TV shows, and we would just like eat and talk and things like that. And so yeah, I come from a family where like we're always doing things, like we're always working and we're always like busy,
Mhm.
so we just get back right back to work. That's
Mhm.
how I've always known it to be. It's not like we have like a, well, we do have a huge family, but it's not like they're inviting us over to their places in Phoenix or on the reservation. If we was on a reservation, like of course it would be like, yeah, come over and eat, have breakfast. But here in the I have relatives here in the city, but they're not like calling us or anything like that. So it's just
Mhm.
us. But that's how I've always known it to be.
But you would start on the 24th, going into the 25th,
Yes.
and did you guys have like a set time where you guys would get together and just start chilling until the 25th, or was it just like, oh well, whenever everybody's available, just come over?
Pretty much. Like it's just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna meet, at my brother's place, and it's just like, try to get over there because on the eve of Christmas, like I would be out working. Like I would like
Mhm.
tonight, like I'd probably be working tonight.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. I don't. I don't even know what we're doing tonight because my
Well,
parents, they're
you.
in Tucson right now, so
Mhm.
they never told me anything about my sister-in-law, my brother, like what we was doing or where we was going. Like I don't know, but
Mhm.
when they come back with my whip, I'm probably gonna go out doing some work until they say
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what we're doing. Meet us over there. Oh, I can't. I have to
Mhm.
pick them up, or my brother will pick them up. So.
Mhm. You did ask me what was I doing tonight. So tonight we're going to my brother's house, and then I guess we're gonna be over there on the 25th, and then we're coming back on the 26th, I think, from what I
Mhm.
understand.
Mhm.
Does it bother you that you guys don't have like a set place to be?
Well,
Like a.
we always wanted to be here because
Mhm.
we have a really large Christmas tree. I don't think my brother and them put up a tree this year. So
Mhm.
it would make sense to have it here, but I don't think they like being here. I'm just
Mhm.
being real. Like I don't think they want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
for reasons I'm not gonna say, but yeah, I just think they're just like, oh, let's just bring it over here, even though they got no tree and they probably don't
Mhm.
have like a big ass Christmas dinner. And I mean, I'm cool with Jack in a Box. I mean, whatever, but it's important to my dad that
Mhm.
he wants everyone to be here around his Christmas tree. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Yeah, kind of
Well.
is that way as
um.
of this year.
Yeah. And you guys have never had like that tradition, or what's your tradition? What would you say is a Christmas tradition for you?
Um, at like what? What do you mean? Like, are you talking
Well,
like
I think,
location? Because we,
or just the tradition, like, oh, everybody knows that and everybody does that, and as long as we do that, then we're keeping the tradition.
well, my household, like things change, things happen. Like my parents, they don't have their vehicle, so everything
Oh yeah.
changes. So it's like this year, um, I didn't buy anybody any presents. Like I don't have any
Mhm.
gifts for anyone, not even a Christmas card. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that changed. So um I think our tradition is just being together. Like honestly,
Mhm.
like whether we're having Jack in a Box or like a big dinner that my sister-in-law made, or because sometimes on Thanksgiving and Christmas, like she's sometimes working or she has to dip out early. But
Mhm.
her schedule changes, and then like my brother could get picky. Like he feels more comfortable at his place because of like what he's going through. And
Yeah.
us, we have a Christmas tree, but it's like our house is a mess, so it doesn't feel like it doesn't have that Christmas feel. For me, it's I'm a very giving person. Like I'm cool with not receiving anything. I want to be
Mhm.
the one to get everybody presents, but since it's been rough for me this year, that's not happening.
Mhm.
But the least I can do is make my dad's favorite thing to eat. And like watching
Yeah.
Home Alone. Oh, I think watching Home Alone 1 and 2 is me and my parents' tradition.
Yeah.
Like it seems like if my brother were here, he would be like, okay, well, we're just gonna go. Like he would just like not want to sit through the movie because that's not
Mm.
what he wants to watch. So
Yeah.
my brother's very controlling and picky
Yeah.
like that. But um that's why me, my mom, and my dad, like, we watch. That's our tradition. Like they're
Mhm.
they're putting up the lights and we're decorating the Christmas tree with ornaments, and I'm in the kitchen like making something. Not a traditional Christmas dinner. Like I just cook whatever they want to have,
Mhm.
and then when it's time to eat, we'll turn on Home Alone 1 and 2, and we'll just watch that, drink tea and coffee, and that's our night. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but that's the night of when we're putting up the tree. So
Right.
like once that's done,
Which,
then we just go back to our regular scheduled program.
yeah, you said that you guys used to do that the day after Thanksgiving, right?
What, put up the tree?
Put up the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, and that hasn't been going for, I would say, the past 3 years. We haven't
Mhm.
been able to
I
do
think
that.
I think 2020 kind of ruined a lot of traditions
Oh, because
because we
of
weren't
the
able.
pandemic.
Yeah, we weren't able to get together and stuff. So it's almost like, oh well, we had to obey, that we couldn't
Mhm.
get together. So do we really have to get together this year? I feel like that's what
Mhm.
happened to us because growing up, um, I think it was, well, first here in the U.S. my grandparents weren't here, so it was like the oldest brother or sister, the oldest sibling. That's where everybody would gather. So in my mom's case, that was here. That was her family would come here. And in my dad's case, I think he's also the oldest one, so his family would come here. So traditionally they would come here. I don't remember when we used to put the tree up or any of that. I just remember for Christmas Eve, everybody would come maybe when the sun went down, which I guess would be 4:30 or 5. They would come here, they would eat, drink, talk, whatever, and then at midnight we would open our gifts, and then, or at least some of the kids would open all their gifts because we're impatient and we don't understand. But the grown-ups, they would exchange gifts, whatever, and then everybody would just kind of go home by 2 in the morning, and then the next day, whoever wanted to come back, they could. So that's what I remember happening. But then when everything fell apart, which we're gonna get into our best and worst memories, I guess, or favorite things, Christmas things. But
Mhm.
when things fell apart, it was like I don't remember what we would do. Like I know that we would just be here at the house. I don't remember people coming over. I don't remember who would come over. I just know that we would be here at the house. And we stopped buying Christmas trees. My dad was the one that would buy the tree and bring it, and we would set it up and everything. But it was either because we couldn't afford it, or it was just like, for what? What's the point? And then um, I think it was. Let me see. I'm trying to remember when we started kind of making our own little tradition. Once we became adults, my siblings and this is the weirdest thing because I don't like Christmas. I don't like what people have made of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a Grinch. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to partake. I don't care. I really don't care because people aren't even celebrating for the right reasons. So, but this is the weirdest part. I never wanted to prepare for Christmas, but in like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I wanted to for us all to be together. So at the end of the day, it was almost like I'm the one that's trying to get everybody together and keep everybody like in joyful spirits. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why is the Grinch the one trying to make everybody happy? But
Mm-hmm.
then it gets tiring. It gets tiring, and I remember telling my siblings, I was like, okay, regardless of what's going on for Thanksgiving, because I started noticing that we would go to my youngest sibling's house for Thanksgiving. So I was like, okay, we'll go to his house for Thanksgiving. They'll come here for Christmas, and then we all stay at our own place for New Year because out here they do still shoot up in the air, and of course it's not safe, right? So we're like, okay, everybody stay in their own household for New Year, but for Christmas everybody comes here. And it started slow. I think it was like in 2014, 2014 or 15 when it kind of started picking up a little bit that we were starting to do that. We would go to my brother's house for Thanksgiving, here for Christmas, and then um, well, one of my oldest brother lived here with us, so it was like it was all of us together, and then my brother and his family at their house. So I keep seeing my brother, and then everybody's like, "Which one? The oldest one or the younger one?" The younger one would stay home for the New Year, and the older one was here because he lived here. So, and then in 2020, not just because of the pandemic, but I think I mentioned this before that my sister-in-law was diagnosed on the 24th, I think it was. So we pretty much had to cancel Christmas. Actually, no, on the 2020, they had just had a baby in September, so he was pretty new. And so we couldn't get together with them because the baby was a newborn, plus he had been born premature, and with COVID, we didn't want to be exposing him to it. That's the reason why we didn't get together for Christmas. And then in 2021 was when she was diagnosed with cancer, so we canceled Christmas. I think it was 21 or 22. I don't remember. 21, I was an alcoholic, so there's a lot of things I don't remember. But I do remember it was around Christmas, and I think it was either 2021 or 2022. But that's when things started changing. Then it was just like, oh well, wherever we land, that's good enough. And it's like, no, no, I want tradition. I like tradition. I
Mm-hmm.
like knowing where we're gonna be. I don't like oh well, where whose house are we gathering at, and who's bringing what, and who's doing what.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to know what's going on. But I realized before I met you, I was like, I'm just gonna let people do what they want to do. I'm tired of forcing people. I'm trying to. I'm tired of being the only one that seems to care about getting together with family and keeping traditions. But then I don't know. I gotta make sure we get into like your experience. Well, you did talk about you don't really have that many traditions.
We do, but we don't. It's just in my household, you know how things change. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you should know. You should know
Yeah.
that things change. Yeah, and that's something that I was worried about when we started knowing, getting to know each other. That you're like that. Like I'm like that to some extent because I do get um like anxious Like, because I know I talked
Mhm.
about it on the Y Run, where my parents, they used to just get up and go and be like, oh, okay, well, we'll see you later. And then it's like, what? And I just
Yeah.
wake up um, scared, and never
Mhm.
fucking knowing when my parents were going to come back. Um, but with you, it's like like you said, I want to know where we're gonna be, or and you want to hold that tradition, like I get that part, but with us, like things just change a lot. So
Mhm.
um yeah, I was kind of worried, because it wasn't just that I changed my mind all the time, which I do,
Yeah.
but when it comes to my family, like they're just gonna be like, well, we like things just happen, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, with us, it's just, Home Alone movies, the Christmas lights, ornaments, cook, eat, you know, pastries, sugar rush, and sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, for us, Thanksgiving, yeah, it's just dinner and like, oh, okay, I'll see you guys later, and I'm gonna go do deliveries. And
Mhm.
um, Christmas, it's yeah, like we're together, like eating, and then we open presents at midnight, and then we just go home because we're doing that at my brother's place,
Mhm.
most of the time, because they would have a tree, and they're one of those families that, like, they'll put up a tree and they won't take it down until like March.
Mhm.
Or one time they had it up all year, and that was ridiculous. I was like, oh my gosh, like I could say a whole bunch of other things that we call our siblings, like lazy, you know. But yeah, and so it was like, okay, well, since they never took down their tree, we're going over there for Christmas. But yeah, and when it's that late, like I won't go out and do deliveries or anything. Like I'll just be like, oh, I'm so tired, I want to go home. But the next
Mhm.
day, it's it's Christmas movies, or it's just eating breakfast together, and it's not like we get together again. But for New Year's, my parents will either go to the casino, and they'll have dinner, they'll be together. For me,
Mhm.
I'm just working. Like I just go out and work, and I'm like cool with that. My brother and his little family, like they'll go to like another friend's house, and they have kids too. So
Mhm.
like my nephew will play with his kids and things like that. So like we're not together on New Year's. So it's just my mama and my dad on date night,
Mhm.
and Bo and Savannah, like they're doing their whole, like their friends and stuff,
Mhm.
and me, I'm just doing deliveries by myself.
Mhm.
And like being alone, it doesn't bother me, because I've always done that, like always. I was always by myself all these years. I've always been by myself. um And even when I was in relationships, like we weren't doing anything. Like they were fucking bums, Like they didn't want to do nothing. They
Mhm.
just wanted to just lay around and do nothing. And even then, in those relationships, I was always by myself. So, and for me, it's like, oh, it's the holidays, like drunk people they're heavy tippers, because they never know what they
Yeah.
tip, and they throw you like a 50, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit. I'm glad I came out on New Year's, So
Yeah.
yeah, I was making a lot of money on the holidays, so that's why I'm always like, okay, well, that was nice, nice salty ham. I'm out.
Yeah.
So, but I was hoping to be with you this Christmas, but spiritual things happen. Not gonna get in the way of that. Very, very thankful that we didn't, because otherwise the spiritual things wouldn't have came. I think it would have
Yeah.
delayed, and I would have gotten punished for it, because
Mhm.
I'm the one that don't want to wait. So I learned my
Well,
lesson since last year, but I'm
last year.
hoping.
Yeah.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I hope that we can get together for New Year's this year.
Yeah.
What were you
Well,
gonna say?
last year last year you were here with us for Thanksgiving, and then you came back for Christmas, and you came back for New Year too, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
before midnight too. Remember that?
yeah, you got here at what, like 11:30, something like
Yes, I
that.
did. Uh huh.
So yeah.
Shit, my
um.
whip turned into a transformer. I was like, I
Yeah.
might not get there. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And remember, I told you we were gonna start our own tradition. And unknowingly, last night we watched The Grinch, and that's part of the
Mm-hmm.
tradition. I don't know why. Like, I know why I love that movie, but because I see myself in The Grinch. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to want. He doesn't want to feel, but he does. He does care, and I
And
feel like
him and Cindy Lou, they were the only ones that knew the true meaning of Christmas, but
yes,
everybody was making it into materialistic things.
yes, and I also see myself in
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Lou because like she just wants people to love each other and be together, and that's kind of what I like. When they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get together at this person's house," and it's like, do they even care? Do they even know what it's about? And then when everybody gives their gifts, and it's like, "Oh, I gave you this, and I gave the best Christmas gift," and I'm like, "How about we don't even put who it's from? Let's just put who it's to, and that's it."
Mm-hmm.
Nobody says like the Secret Santa. I like that idea, but then everybody still buys their favorite person a gift on the side, and it's like, no, that's not the point. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I was like last year, I was like, I want to start traditions with you, and I know like this year I was gonna go over there. I was supposed to already be there, and that was my plan, and I wanted to. And yeah, I heard that I couldn't keep not just my word, but our tradition. But like you said, it was a spiritual thing, and or for reasons bigger than ourselves, we had to put our wants on the side. Like it sucks, but it needed to be done that way. But of course, we're gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. I'm gonna start saving now for any possible emergency, so that I can. If I have to catch a ride with Santa Claus on his sleigh to you, I will. If I have to walk there, it's gonna take me what, a year,
Yes.
but I'll get there. But
You're gonna
yeah,
be, you know what? If you did go on Santa's sleigh or maybe the Grinch's sleigh, you're gonna be screaming like the Grinch. I'm gonna
yeah,
die. I'm gonna throw up, and then I'm gonna
yeah.
die.
Man, but people are commercializing the Grinch too now. Everybody wants to be a Grinch. Everybody wants to like take on that persona, and it's like, do you even understand that he's mad at the world because they don't follow what it's supposed to be. But people are
Mm,
just like, oh, he just doesn't like Christmas. And it's like, no, that's not it. He
he has
doesn't
a
like what people
reason.
have made out of Christmas.
Yes.
So I guess we can get into that
Mm-hmm.
part now. Growing up, or even as an adult, I know one of my favorite memories is as an adult. But what's like the best childhood memory that you have of Christmas?
Hmm. Um, I would say, um, as a kid, my Christmases were always on the reservation. And I don't remember my grandparents having a Christmas tree. I think they were just more like, giving us presents.
Mm,
And um, because I was the only girl, like I got a lot of presents and they were big presents. And that
mm,
was all from my grandfather. And I talked about my grandmother not really liking me. Like she was always like picking on me and stuff. So
mm,
I don't recall any gifts that she's given me, just from my grandfather. And my grandparents, they had money. They were pretty wealthy. But I remember waking up not because of the presents, but like I remember waking up every morning and running to the window and seeing just like a blanket of snow, and that was my favorite. Especially like I always ran to the window where the sun was because you could see the sparkles on the snow,
Yeah.
and that's it. I don't remember like opening presents. I mean, I remember what I got, but I don't remember like tearing wrapping paper or anything like. I just remember like just the gifts. But I liked waking up, running to the window where the sun was, and looking at the snow. And I would always
Mm.
move my head side to side so I could see them sparkle, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and going out, I just liked walking in the snow. I never liked to make like snowballs and like throw it, or like I never like just walking through the snow and like hearing it crunch. And like the only thing that I threw was probably like icicles against a brick wall, and like like it would break like glass.
Mm-hmm.
um and that's it. Like that's all I remember of like a good memory. And well, another good memory too I should probably include is that on Christmas Day, the entire village, we go to the edge of the cliff with our prayer feathers, and then we would leave our prayer feathers at the cliff, praying to the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And I always liked it. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I always liked it because our prayer feathers were on sticks, and you just see nothing but sticks in the snow with all these feathers, and they're like really long sticks that would have like five feathers on it, like going down that stick, and you stick it in the ground, and it was just like, I don't know. Remember how you made me not made me, but you sent me
You
that
forced
video.
me.
You forced me.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Or you forced me to watch that documentary of Guadalupe. I think you said it was
Yeah.
called.
Yes.
You know how like the screen, what it was like full of people that were, in attendance to the church,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was
Yes.
like seeing that, like seeing how many people prayed and
Yeah.
believed, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I cannot, I don't remember. Well, I guess I do. Like I don't know what age I was. I probably was maybe like 10. I think that was the last time I went out there and prayed like that. And I just seen all of those prayer sticks and prayer feathers,
Mm-hmm.
and it was thick, and it was just something to see, and
Yeah.
I honestly, I know they still do that now, but like, our village is polluted. Like, there's trash everywhere, and nobody cares for the land like they should to be doing stuff like that. So tomorrow is Christmas, and I'm pretty sure they're all gonna be doing that, but I feel like it would be very sparse.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be as much as how I saw it then, because my grandfather, he was one of the chiefs, and like they make those things happen. And the chiefs, like, yeah, they're older, and the elders were still around in their time too, to
Mm-hmm.
like really do things the right way, like a proper prayer, and we I think each clan takes turns. So I think like they would have had, well, they had everything in order. Now I think it's just like, oh, first come first serve, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
Yeah.
disrespectful because the clans have their positions again, and it's supposed to be in a certain order. And I seriously doubt they're doing it the right way. But that's what hurts, is that
Mhm.
you had our elders that organized it because that's how they knew it was supposed to be, and now it's not. I could feel that it's not. And and I'm not gonna argue with anyone, and it's just like, yeah, but our you guys don't even believe in anything. You guys just put the pajo together and you just stick it, and then you just walk off like, oh, whatever happens happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it's
Yeah.
fucked up. So
Yeah.
I get very emotional about my background and like how things are supposed to be, and that's a good memory for me that I have, that I'll never be able to do again. Um and it's almost like, yeah, you can, like, but I think of like when I'm an old lady, and if, let's say, I wanted to do that, it's almost like you have to know someone to make a bahu for you, to make a prayer stick for you. It's not like people are thinking of you like a gift, like, oh, Ari's by herself in that big house, like, let's gift her a gift, and it
Mhm.
should be like, yeah, like everyone should receive one, like, not, I don't know, I would just feel forgotten, like, oh, no one made me a pavo, and no one will
Mhm.
come with me to place my prayer stick in the proper place, because again, we are like almost rounded up like animals, like all
Yeah.
the antelope clan and the spider clan, they put their sticks over here, and the bear clan, they put their sticks over there, so I wouldn't know where to put it.
Mhm.
So what's that's what's sad, is that it's not done right, and I would be forgotten, and no one would be there to help you to do it the right way when they should, someone to guide you, someone who knows,
Mhm.
someone who's a chief and respects it and follows the law, follows Hopi rule. But yeah, I mean, that's a good memory for me. And I'm sorry I'm crying.
Don't be sorry, girl.
Now my dad should be here telling his Christmas story when he was a little boy. Oh my god, you guys would be fucking bawling your eyes out, like my dad.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
have him tell it one day. I'm gonna have him tell it. Where he when he was a little boy, he was the only one in his family, in that household, that was in the Christmas spirit. And he, like, out home, there's like no playgrounds. you're
Yeah.
playing in these abandoned vehicles that that someone rolled down the cliff,
Yeah.
and yeah, so kids would climb in those cars, the old cars, and just play in it. But
I
my
swear,
dad
me
would
and
go
your dad are
down.
the same person.
Oh, you guys would be best friends.
Yes, we would.
But my dad would go down the cliff, and he would cut down his own Christmas tree. And those kinds of trees, they're not on the side of the mountain, they're all the way at the bottom. And here my dad is this little scrawny little boy,
Mhm.
because there, my dad came from a very poor family. So he yeah, anyway. Excuse me. But my dad will pull this tree all the way up on the side of the mesa, drag it to his house, and he would put it in an old coffee can in the living room. And, mind you, my dad has 6 brothers and 7 sisters. And, like, none of them were in the Christmas spirit. Like, none of them helped him put up
Mhm.
this tree. And at school, of course, they went to school with nothing, not even a pencil. They just showed up, like, but my dad, he always loved Christmas time at school because they got to cut up the red and green construction paper in strips, and he would make the Christmas link chain out of
Mhm.
paper. And he was like, oh, going back home, I was trying to be real careful not to rip it or bend it. And imagine trying to do that climbing up the mesa, because my dad never took a school bus. He just went down, like, how many freaking miles this little kid ran with a paper Christmas chain, and trying
Yeah.
not to get it dirty and bend it and rip it. But he put it, decorated his little tree. And he would do like little jobs, like around the village and stuff, and he would get money. And you know, they would finally like hitch a ride to town, and then he would come back with Christmas lights. And he was like, oh, I don't have enough for 2 of them, to one put on the tree or to put on the house. And my dad he was so proud of his Christmas lights that he just put up that one strand, and it didn't even go around the whole house. He just put it like above the door, like stretched it across.
Mhm.
And he was just so happy. So,
That reminds.
things
I'm
like
sorry.
that. Like my dad, like he's always telling us, and me and my mom were always fucking crying. And my dad just giggles, and he's just like, now look at my tree. I got a big tree with all my ornaments on there with my little family. So that's why Christmas is very important to my dad, and I'm always trying to like be here. And I know my dad was sad I wasn't here last year, but like my daddy's not gonna hold it against me or anything. Like he was just wanting all of us to be together. But I think for my dad, like I think his tradition is to make sure that we at least put up a tree
Yeah.
and everything, and have his family. But yeah, presents and all that. Like we're very giving people. Like we like to give, not so much as receive. But yeah, we're just that family. But yeah, that's my dad's story when he was a little boy. And
Mhm.
as much as it makes me cry, like I like hearing it, because it's just one of those things that you just your parents get older and they forget, like they
Mhm.
forget their childhood or whatever. And it's like you just I know, like I don't want to say that about that will happen to my dad, but I would give anything for him to tell me that story over
Mhm.
and over and over. So, but yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely keep a record of it. I think I was talking to my cousin about that. I was like, we should, cause well, I don't want to get too much into her stuff, but she was telling me how mad she was at her parents for the way that they were reacting. And I was like, it sounds to me like they're reacting out of stress. I was like, you understand stress, right? She's like, yeah, I do, but she was still angry because they made her angry, right? And I was like, you have to give them grace. I mean, you get angry too, you get stressed out too, so you have to understand. And then like, you have to humanize people. You have to understand that they're like, just because they're old doesn't mean that they're wise. Just because they're old doesn't mean that they haven't been through stuff that shaped them into what they are now. And understanding them, and realizing that it's not personal. That's just that's how they react. That's how they're reactive. They're not really thinking. And then she was kind of like, I told her, I was like, we should have our parents tell us their story. We should write that down. It would help us understand them more, even if it's not right now or in the moment. At some point, it'll click, and if it doesn't click for us, it will for the generations to come. And of course, she wasn't trying to hear it because she was still angry at them. But then I'm pretty sure she thought about it, and she's like, "Yeah, we don't know. I don't know every single thing that has happened to my parents. So when I see them acting like brats or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, stop being a brat. But if they sat and thought or talked about what happened with them and when they lost their Christmas spirit, then they would understand. I would understand more why, instead of being like, oh, you just hate Christmas, and it's like, no, they don't hate Christmas. They just probably don't like what it was turned into either. Uh, we can relate to that. I can relate to that. So we should listen to. You should record that story or those stories. I know he has more than just one. Which, when you were talking about this, that it reminded me of this one time that I don't remember how much it cost, but I just remember I had just enough money to get a Christmas tree. I didn't have money for like the decorations or the ornaments or lights or nothing. It was just a bare tree, and it wasn't even a big tree. It was like a maybe like a 3 foot tree or something like that.
Hmm.
But I was so proud of it, and I was so proud of myself because it was like I worked for the money to buy that tree, and it was like I said, it was bare. There was nothing on it. There was nothing like glamorous about it. It was just a tree, but it was a real pine tree, so it smelled like pine. And I got it with my own money. And yeah, of course I heard like, oh look, it's a naked tree, or like, where are the decorations and all that stuff. I'm like, I don't have money for that. I just had enough money to buy the tree, and that was good enough for me. And I was proud of it. And again, I'm the Grinch. I'm the one that doesn't like Christmas, but I'm the one that's bringing this Christmas tree for the house. And it's like, I don't know. I've always tried to hold on to something from it because I know, again, my experiences as a child. I could either look at them like they were good or they were bad. So for me, one of my earliest memories of Christmas, and it was, to me, it was a good one, was, and my parents, I didn't realize then, but I do now, that they would take us window shopping like maybe a week or two before Christmas. They would take us, but they would be like, "We're not gonna buy anything. Just show me what you want, or show me what you like." And at the moment, we didn't think, "Oh, this is gonna they're gonna buy us this." We would be mad that they weren't buying it for us in the moment. But I remember going to I remember going to this one store. I don't remember if it was like a TJ Maxx or Kmart or something. It was something, and we went in there, and I saw this. Well, back then it was huge to me because I was a little kid, but it was like a 3 foot or maybe 2 foot Bart Simpson, and the
I
body was
remember
like a
those.
soft. It was a soft like a plush, but not really. But the
Hmm.
head was plastic,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what this is, but I like it. And so I really, really wanted it, and I was like, "No! By the time you guys come back and buy it, it's gonna be gone. Please, just buy it now, early Christmas present. I won't ask for anything else." And they were like, "No, no, no." So I didn't know that my dad was asking me, but he was having my mom buy it the same day. They were
Yeah.
gonna buy it, and I was so scared that it wasn't gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I got mad because I'm a dumb little kid that doesn't realize that that's what they're doing. So I'm all crying in the car, and I'm like, "No, you guys don't love me." You guys don't love me because if you did, you would buy
Oh
it for me.
my
so
god.
so a week later, I see this big tall box under the tree, and then I don't even want it. I'm like, man, I don't care about these toys. I don't care. Like, I know they're toys, and I know you guys bought them, but I don't care about them. Before I open my gift. I'm just seeing these boxes and I'm like, man, that's not good enough. So then midnight hits and they're like, here, open a gift. I was like, oh, whatever, just give me one, and I'm all being a brat. I start open. I think it was like a coloring book or something. I was like, yeah, 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 coloring book. Put it aside. I'm like being ungrateful and shit, right? And then they're like, you don't want to open the because they let me choose, and I was like, oh, just give me whichever one, right? I could have chose to open the big one first, but I didn't because I was so dumb. And then so then they're like, are you sure you don't want to open the big one? I'm like, for what? It's not what I want. And then they were like, I don't know, you might like it. And then I was like, okay, fine. So they gave me the big one. And then I open, and then I see that it's the Bart. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm all jumping around with this 2 foot Bart hitting myself. The reason why I remember it was a plastic head is because you know how he had that spiky hair?
Yeah.
So I would constantly be hitting myself with the spiky hair. And so I was like, yeah, I don't think I like this one anymore. But yeah, I carried that Bart around with me everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would have loved to see that. And then
I
post it on Instagram.
yes. And it also happened too with the Cabbage Patch Kid. But years later, I was like, I know they're gonna give me one, but you know what? Again, being ungrateful, they they didn't get the right one. So I was like, we went to the store. I was like, I want this one and I want this one. But of course, they weren't gonna buy me two because they didn't have enough money. Like we grew up poor too, so um, they like when I pointed out two of them, they chose one, and when I opened the gate, because I was like, I know that that's what it is because this is what happened last time. So when I opened it, it was the one that I wanted the least. It wasn't like the favorite one.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, ah, you guys got the wrong one. And I was like, I really wanted the other one. I think it was the one with the snot nose cabbage patch. But see, I was just like, man, that's not the right one or whatever. But yeah. So you want to know what happened with the Bart?
What happened with Bart?
So um, at my house, usually this is gonna sound weird or not weird, but people are gonna be like, yeah, we used to house illegals. No, so yes, so our family members that would come from Mexico, they would come here to my house, and then from here they would go wherever they were going. So I remember this one family member. I don't know who they were, but they had a little kid. And the little kid saw my Bart. But this is like maybe 3, 4 years after I got the Bart, so I've had it for a while. You know, like I said, I couldn't sleep with it because the head was hard, so it kept hitting me and stuff. So I was like, man, do I really still want it? But anyways, I didn't think about this until the kid came, and the kid was like, oh, you got a Bart? Well, in Spanish. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I really like it, but we can't afford it. And then I was like, do you want it? And he was like, what? I go, do you want it? He was like, you're gonna give it to me? And I was like, yeah. And then I gave it to him. So he took it.
Aww. That's so
So
sweet.
that's where Bart went. I don't know where he's at now. Probably in some landfill. He's probably dead.
Don't say that. He's probably dead.
Dead. Yeah, that was my favorite one. My favorite as a kid. I have a adult favorite Christmas memory. But yeah, that was my favorite kid one. You want to hear? Well, do you want to tell me one of your least favorite, or do you have one?
Least favorite Christmas experience?
As, as a kid, yeah.
Um, I don't think I have one.
No.
No. Like I always got things that I never asked for, but it was pretty cool. Like I always
Mhm.
got stereo systems, like
Mhm.
speakers. I always
Mhm.
got like well, not always, but I remember I showed you at home. I have like a 101 CD disc player. That
Yeah.
was a Christmas gift. Yeah, you can store like you can throw like 100 CDs in there.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So it was, yeah. Like I always got things that again I never asked for, but they were just like, oh, she likes music, so they would like throw me stuff
Mhm.
like that. I never got like clothes because I was
Mhm.
like I never got clothes because I remember a conversation like when you go back to school and then everybody's like, oh, what you get for Christmas? Like, fuck, I got clothes, and I don't
Mhm.
want clothes, I want this. So like everybody always got like new shoes, like new hats and
Mhm.
like clothes, and I was like, I don't think I've ever gotten clothes before.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I have like a bad Christmas experience. Like I don't think I ever like, oh, I didn't get enough of this or I didn't get enough of that. Like I never, I was one of those kids that never asked for anything. Like I always
Mhm.
wanted things, but I never like asked for things. And not only that, like I was making money as a kid, so like if I wanted anything, like really wanted anything, I just bought it myself.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I have any bad experiences.
Well, I remember this one Christmas where I must have been like maybe 8 or 10, somewhere around there. And I mean, it was only bad because I realized what was actually happening. And I don't know if I have to give a trigger warning here, but um, so what I remember is family was over. My dad and my uncles were drinking, and you know, from what I remember, the women were in the kitchen making the tamales or the food or whatever, and the men were outside drinking and talking and playing music and stuff. And sometimes they would come inside and mingle together, and then they would kind of do the same thing. Like the guys were outside, the women were inside. And I remember kind of running back and forth from my mom and my dad, and like us playing around and being kids with my cousins and stuff. And I remember hearing my mom and dad kind of low key argue, like not full on, but they were kind of arguing, like they were talking about something, but they were mad at each other for whatever was going on. And I was like, what's going on there? But I paid attention, so I was like, huh. And I remember later on, as the night went on, either they were getting more mad at each other, or it was the fact that my dad was drinking more, so he was getting more violent, verbally violent. And then um I remember, and I think this is the messed up part, is that I think we have pictures of Christmas, but this is the one that sticks to me because I know what was going on and I could see it in the picture. But if I had never heard the what was being said, I wouldn't have known. So eventually, I don't remember how it ended up, but my mom went outside to get my dad to come inside to so that we could open the gifts. And how do I say this without getting too graphic? Um, he put his hands on her. Let's put it that way. And when she came in, I could see it. Well, I knew that something was up, so obviously I was looking at my mom, and I knew she was crying or she had cried. And then, we took a picture. We all opened gifts or whatever. So we're all there smiling, and you could see it on her face, like in the picture. You could see that she's hurt. And then I remember my dad just came in, took the picture, and then went back outside. So I was like, no, I don't like this. And I don't remember what I got for Christmas that day. It just everything changed. And then I started pretty much that's when I became my mom's protector whenever my dad was violent. And then so that kind of triggered that from then on until when I was an adult and I made a conscious when I bought that Christmas tree that I was like, no, I'm not gonna keep letting this bad memory or these bad experiences dictate who we're gonna be. Because for a long time, like from then on, it was just like darkness. Like we weren't cheerful for Christmas. We were just doing the motions. And when it was just me and my family or me and my household, it was like, yeah, we're just doing it to do it. We don't we don't want to do it. Nobody was in the Christmas spirit. Nobody cared about Christmas anymore. It's like we let what my dad was doing, and when my dad left us and all that stuff, we just let it take control of our spirits. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna keep letting that happen. That's when I bought that tree that I couldn't put the decorations on. And then since then, I try, I would try harder to make, happiness in my home. And so I don't want to end it there. One of the best experiences that I had for Christmas was in 2015. And it was only good, or it was only the best one for me because everybody was here. Like my brother and his family, my other brother and his family, my mom was here with her um significant other at the time, and I was here with my partner at the time with her child. So it was like nobody was separated from anybody. Everybody was together here in this little tiny house. We couldn't fit everybody in, and everybody was just happy. And I remember looking around and like everybody was genuinely happy. And that was, I guess that's when I felt like this is what it's about. It's not about the gifts. It's not about who brought what or who's eating what, or like we're all just happy. And that was the last time that it was like that. But I'm hopeful that it's gonna be like that again.
Yes.
Sorry, I know it went a little dark, but that's it happens. It happened.
Yeah. It don't last long.
Yeah. But yes, we're starting our own traditions. The Grinch, that was one. Watching the Grinch.
Yes. There's many more for us to discover when we're all together.
Yeah.
So, should we get into my presentation that I have for the
Yes. You have a
viewers?
yes.
Yeah, well, you've already
Oh.
seen what?
Oh yeah. 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 No, I was
What?
like, wait, what? For a second, I didn't know what you were talking about. No, I know. Okay.
Okay, so I have this presentation of all the Christmas lights that, well, yeah, like, during my travels, like, to, like, not to the but coming back from the reservation, like, when I do, like, deliveries. So, the one, here, let me take it back. So, I know, baby, you can't see it right now, but maybe I'll shoot you the video. But yeah, this Christmas tree was from Winslow, and then in the next clip, this was at the corner of some shop. It was fucking dope. And all of these pictures I've already like sent to you, but I put together like a
Yeah.
little thing. But yeah, these are just houses that I saw that were just completely like decked out with Christmas lights, and I was like, "Oh, I have to take that." And Yeah, like some people they have like of course like these lawn ornaments, like the blow up ones. This one was
Mm-hmm.
like of just like farm animals. I thought it was really cute and funny. But yeah, like people, I like to go out and see like people's Christmas spirit. And
Mm-hmm.
this one was at the mall when one night when my parents and I went out. This was in the daytime when I was doing deliveries. And yeah, that was a giant kangaroo in somebody's yard, a dinosaur eating a candy cane. And then this one was pretty interesting, and I had to zoom in on these ones. I never seen a crab holding up a present, and he looks so cute. And then yeah, these are kind of like in the background. You couldn't really see it, so I had to like zoom in. But yeah, there's a little crab holding up a present and a dinosaur with a Santa Claus hat on. I thought those were super super cute. And yeah, Santa and a reindeer drinking wine. And then this one I took the other night when I was doing deliveries. This guy had a giant skeleton and they decorated it with lights. And I asked them, "Can I take a picture?" They're like, "Yeah." And then these are the ones that I took last night when I was doing deliveries. So yeah, I think it's really I like to see people in the spirit like doing things like this. So it makes me happy. This one's really cute. I never seen this one. I don't know if that's a cat or like an owl, but super cute. Took a picture. This one was across the street. An alligator with a whole bunch of presents in his mouth. I see those are the ones that I've never seen before. And yeah, this one I was like I got out of my car to take this picture and I didn't realize it. I don't think I um yeah, you can't see it in this one, but like the people were actually like coming out of their house as I'm taking a picture, looking like a fucking creep, taking a picture of their house. But they're not in that shot. But and then this one was their next door neighbor. I thought it was really cool. And then this is the same tree. It's the same LED tree, but I just put the picture side by side. And yeah, I was on my way to Burger King, my favorite place in the world. Oh, and I thought it would be really cool and neat to show you guys a few of our Christmas ornaments. So this one is a little sheep with a Santa Claus hat, and I named him Sean from Sean the sheep from
Showing the sheep.
Was it Wallace and Gromit? Yeah, so um a native woman made this ornament and I told my mom to get me one, so she did. And this one is and I don't think I showed these ones to you, babe, but this one is of course a bluebird flower sack.
Mm.
Yeah, so we got them as an ornament. And this one is a box of donuts. This is a new glass ornament. It's made out of glass. And my parents got that for me and Rob and our babies because our babies love donuts. And my parents also got the kids this crayon box with all the colors of the rainbow, and it's also glass. So that was so nice to receive. And then these ones are the Christmas ornaments that we've already had. Our Christmas tree has nothing but glass ornaments, but these are the Christmas Hershey Kisses ornaments, and it came as a set. Yeah, it's fucking dope. And let's see the next one. Oh, they got me a a yellow taxi cab ornament in glass because I was doing a lot of rideshare. Like I was, yeah, doing like Uber, Lyft, and Veo. I don't do Veo anymore, but yeah, they were like, "Oh, we got you, we got you a taxi cab because you're everybody's Uber." So that was really cool. And then this is my Christmas ornament that I made when I was a baby, when I was a little hoodie. It's a
Little hoodie.
Christmas tree. Yes, it's a Christmas tree with macaroni glued to it. And we spray painted it with gold metallic spray paint. And my mom still had it. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, throw it away. She's like, no, it's mine. So yeah, that's my very first Christmas ornament that I ever made and brought home from school. Shout out to my mom for saving it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is everything that and I took a lot more photos, but obviously it's a lot to edit, and these are just the recent ones that I took and shared with Rob and my parents, and they really really liked it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's nice.
So I hope you guys enjoyed those photos. Yeah, so
Yeah. That's
ah
cool.
man.
Has anybody ever gotten mad at you for taking pictures of their home? Like the decorations?
No,
No.
because when I take these photos, like everybody's already in bed.
No.
Or people they weren't home.
Mm.
And excuse me. The only one that I asked for permission was that giant skeleton because it was a hand it to me order. The guy was already standing outside waving his flashlight at me like crazy. And
Mm.
I was like, "Hi." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like he's tall," talking about his skeleton, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Yeah." And um the lights weren't on when I got there. But his friend came out and he was like, "Wait, wait, wait." He's like, "Don't go anywhere." And then he turned it on and I was like, "Whoa." And yeah, that whole thing just lit up. And I was like, "Oh my
Mm.
gosh." And they were like, "Yeah, we're going to put Cupid wings on him for Valentine's Day." And I was cracking up at it. I was like, "Oh my gosh." And yeah, like I asked them something else too, I don't remember, but they were like, yeah, if you they were telling me, they were like, if you go around this corner and you go down a ways, there's two other houses that have giant skeletons just like him. And I
Mm.
was like, oh, okay. I said, nice. I said, do you guys all like does do you guys keep them up all year round? And they were just like, we're thinking about it. So I was like, all right, cool. So, and the guy was like, "Thank you for being so attentive with, letting us know about our order." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, no problem." So,
Mm.
yeah, and they actually upped the tip, so that was dope.
That's cool.
Yep. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like that. I like when people are in the spirit.
Yes. Yes. I like it too. It shows their personality and it shows their beliefs. Like, there was this. I don't think you could see it in one of the photos. I didn't put it in the slideshow, but I took a photo of. They're putting almost like a backdrop of the nativity scene. I don't know if I'm saying that
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yeah.
but it's like it looks like a giant flag, but it covers the entire garage door,
Mm-hmm.
and like yeah, it's of the nativity scene. And I was just like,
Mm.
oh, that's nice. So obviously, like if they have that, or like other yards have the lawn ornaments of the nativity scene, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, like that's their belief, or or their favorite Christmas story, or something like that. Like I have a lot of respect, and even people that have like they're trying to be like different and not have like the same ornaments as everybody else, so they'll do like
Yeah.
farm animals. So I thought that
Yeah.
was really cool. Um,
Dinosaurs.
yeah, and dinosaurs. Yep, yep. Or alligators eating presents, or like that crab. Like that shit was
Yeah.
like so cute. Yeah, I was like, oh my god. And I've never seen a giant kangaroo before, and I've never seen like um a giant wine bottle and like Santa Claus
Oh
and
yeah.
Rudolph drinking wine. I've never seen that. There was one that I took a video of last year, and I don't know, maybe I'll put the link to my delivery video, but I was making Amazon deliveries and I approached his house, and it had a Santa Claus literally doing the hula dance. Like it was moving around and everything, shaking his hips, throwing his hips around, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, holy shit, I've never seen that before. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Like yeah, I never. Oh, one of the ones that I seen last year, it was really funny. They had all of the reindeer. It was a blow up, and it was
Mm.
all of the reindeers that were drinking from like something, but like of course their air compressor wasn't, didn't have enough horsepower or whatever, wasn't giving a whole bunch of air in it, and like all of the reindeers heads were lifting up and like slamming their faces back in the water.
Oh
I
no.
was like, oh no. And it was so funny because all of the reindeer so I don't know if that's intentional or if it was the air compressor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's
Yeah.
not gonna blow enough air, then they're gonna slump over, right? But they're drinking from a water thing, and it's like, is are they supposed to do that? Like they're just slamming their heads back into the water, and I was like, oh my gosh. I think I took a picture of it. I might still have it, but yeah. And then last night, I wanted to take a picture, but I couldn't because I had another delivery that I was super
Mm.
late on. Was of a Santa Claus. He's like laying on his side and like he's kicking his feet up.
Mm.
Kind of like what a stripper does when they lay on their side
Mhm.
and then they kick their. Yeah, like there's a Santa Claus
Yeah.
that's doing that. Like he's kicking his leg up. Yeah, like he's like, okay, I don't need to see your chestnuts, Santa Claus. Like, okay. I mean, it wasn't anything appropriate. Like
Nutcracker.
he was still
Nutcracker.
clothed, but it's just the movement of his foot going up and down. Like that shit was funny. But yeah,
I was
people are
gonna.
pretty creative. Huh?
Yeah. No, I was gonna tell you that sometime this week I saw somebody posted their, I guess they're calling it like the Dodger home. So they have those inflatable things, Dodger themed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
A
they had one
Dodger
that was like,
themed house.
yeah, with Christmas decorations.
Oh, so they got like the royal blue lights, Christmas
Yeah,
lights, and white.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I bet that looks
I was trying to look
badass.
for. Yeah, I did. I was trying to look for the picture right now, but I can't find it.
Oh, that
But yeah,
sucks.
it was pretty cool.
Shit, I dig that. Like I've seen houses that are like nothing but green lights. Like there's no white lights. It's just all green. And like his entire like on top of his house, on top of his garage, in the yard, in his porch, just nothing but the Grinch. Like
Mm.
just Grinch figurines. Like the whole house looked kind of creepy. Like you're scared to walk up to it. But
Yeah.
I was doing deliveries, and this green house just freaking like lit up the whole block green.
Mm.
And I was like, that's fucking sick. It looks scary, but it looks dope. Like it's like, oh wow. This person really loves the Grinch. And I did deliveries in like a neighborhood that had nothing but mansions. And one mansion, the entire house, I'm pretty sure front and back, it fucking looked like Candyland.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was insane. Like the whole house looked like a gingerbread house. And like yeah, it had like snow, well obviously fake snow, but on their roof, and like their light bulbs were super huge and it looked like candy. Like that whole place looked edible. Let's just say that.
Oh, I found it, babe. Check your Twitter when you get a chance.
Okay, let me go.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was oh man, that thing was super bright. Everything was
Yeah.
pink, white, red, and like everything was like Christmas, and everything was like lollipops, like gumdrops, like up and down the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, like you can obviously tell that um they spent a lot of freaking money. Holy shit.
For,
Oh my gosh. I
yeah.
wonder if I should. You know what? I'm gonna share this on. Yeah, I'm gonna share this. Oh, uh oh. Okay, here we go. Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wanna go there. It see like the Grinch house was like this, but it was no white lights and it was all green.
Yeah.
Oh, the Grinch. Oh no, that's
Well,
not the Grinch. That's
that's
Oscar.
Oscar the Grouch, yeah.
Yeah, Oscar the Grouch. Yeah. Oh shit.
So, of course, because I know the history of all those things, it makes sense. Like that sign that says "Welcome to Dodgers House" or
Mhm.
something like that. The first sign, that's the sign that's outside of Dodger Stadium. There's a sign that says "Welcome to Dodger Stadium," but they changed it to Dodgers House or whatever it says. And
Yeah.
then the whole that thing in the trash can with the Houston Astros is because they cheated and they used the trash can to cheat. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense, but it does because I know about all this stuff. But yeah, it all makes sense. So that's why it was the Dodgers house.
Ooh, and where is this at?
I think it says Upland. Upland. It's
Where's
a city.
that? What is that?
It's over to. I think we pass it when we're coming on the freeway on the 10. So
Mm.
somewhere east from here.
Oof. I wonder how big the property is.
Yeah, doesn't look that bad. I mean that big. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. But
Yeah,
yes,
I'm gonna
man.
show this right now on the thing. Just a second. Yes, I have to show you guys. Because we were like, you don't have to show us. Like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Don't give me that. There you go.
Yes,
Isn't
yes,
that
yes.
crazy?
Yes.
Ooh. I didn't load all the pictures, but that's insane. I wonder if they did it themselves or if they hired professionals.
Mm,
I always want to know that. That's sick. I like that.
mm.
Well, thanks for sharing, babe.
You're welcome, babe.
Yes. Well, I hope you and your family are gonna have a good day tomorrow. Well, today, since we're
Yes, I
premiering
hope so.
this today on Christmas. But
Yeah.
yes, don't get too
Me too, babe.
crazy with the wine
I
and
don't
the
even
red and
drink
the
anything.
what was it? I almost said red balls. What
Blue
was
balls,
it?
fireballs.
Fireballs. Right, right. Okay. My bad.
Fire.
Oh, whoops.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I don't know if I'm a drink. I don't think I am. Um, I really don't have any plans. Baby. I'm not even packed. I don't even know what I'm gonna take other than my prayer books. I don't. I don't know what I'm where. I wasn't ready. I wasn't like. Obviously, my plans were to be out there with you guys. But when those fell, it's just like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You're like, I
So I'm
don't
just kind of,
care. You have the
yeah.
same
Well,
attitude with your Bart doll. You're like, I don't care. I
I don't
don't
care
care.
anymore.
I don't want anything.
Yeah. No, it's just like
Aww.
I as long as we're home. Like I guess the whole point of me staying home was well, not the whole point, but if I couldn't go, then I at least wanted to be here with my mom because she didn't want to go anywhere. I told her, this year you're gonna go to my brother's house and spend Christmas with them because I'm not gonna be here. But then when she
Mm-hmm.
realized that I wasn't going anywhere, she was like, "Oh yeah, we get to stay home." But then she makes plans to go out there, so I'm just not gonna fight anything. I'm just gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my plan was stay home and just do my own thing. And but since we're gonna go over there, I'm just gonna enjoy the family. Like I said, I'm not planning on drinking, but that doesn't mean that I won't drink anything. Maybe make maybe have one drink or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna call you drunk and be like, baby,
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know where I am, but it's cold. I'm all saying naked in a tree. I'm naked and afraid.
Oh no.
No,
Oh.
let's try not to lose sight of what it's supposed to be. It's just to have fun with your family and be close to them. But yeah,
Yes.
you too, babe. I hope you're having fun, being safe, bringing joy to all them drunks that can't go out and get their own deliveries. If you decide to go out, I mean.
Yeah, because I won't be hauling your liquor. I don't take those offers, but thank you anyway.
No, but they're already gonna be in the sauce when they're like, "Let's get food." Is Jack's like the only place that's open on Christmas Eve?
um, yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
No.
I mean, everything is
Oh,
like open, but they close early. Like Burger King, it'll be open tomorrow, but they'll close at 8, and then I think they go back to opening back up at like 6 or 7 the next day.
oh,
So they just close early. I know Dunkin' will be open on Christmas because they have like a big ass banner outside that says open on Christmas Day. So I'll
man,
be taking the kiddos over there.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, to get their sheepy. Oh, you want to tell them about the the gift you got me?
We were just thinking. I was just thinking about that. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, no, because you didn't mention it here, but you mentioned it on a platform that if anybody wanted to get you a gift, then you were talking about this what is it called? Salad
Wish
spinner.
list. Oh, yeah, yeah.
What was that?
What?
I don't know. I heard somebody say something,
Maybe it
but
was me.
you were you were
Cause
talking
I
at the same
said,
time.
cause I said, oh yeah, yeah. That's what I said.
Oh, maybe. I don't
Oh
know,
my
but
god, quit scaring me,
I heard
babe.
that.
Okay.
So when you were here, I gave you a box, and that's your Christmas gift. But I just told you to put it under the bed, and I didn't tell you that that was your Christmas gift. I was just thinking, okay, if I'm gonna take the bus, obviously I can't take this box with me, so I'm gonna send it with you. And you never asked me any questions. You just put it under the bed. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I already bought you something. I don't know what else you want. So this was all from like the things that I've paid attention because I listen. And so So then, when you mentioned that you wanted a salad spinner, I was like, okay, I can do that. So I'm thinking that they're gonna put it in another box, and I'm gonna tell you just put it under the Christmas tree and everything, right? And then today you're like, oh, babe, it came, and I was like, what? And then she sends me a picture, and it shows exactly what the gift is, and I'm like, well, thanks, Amazon, for ruining it. But yeah, it shows.
I think that's where you check, like when they ask you, is this a gift? And you're supposed to
I
check
don't.
mark it. Yeah, and then they would have put it in a box.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that.
Cause when I went outside and cause I seen the big Amazon bus sitting outside my
Mm.
house, and then I was like, oh, I think this is what Babe was saying. So I went out there and I saw the box and I was like, oh, no way! I was so excited and happy, but at the same time I was cracking up because I was like, damn, they didn't even fucking put it in a box. So I put
Yeah,
it
they
under
did
the
not
tree
disguise
and then
it.
I messaged you right away. And then he's like, what? He's like, send me a picture. So I sent him a picture and he was like, oh, no, they didn't even put it in a box.
It was like surprise.
Yeah. And he's all telling me, you can use it right away if you like. And I was like, no, I'll use it tomorrow for Christmas breakfast. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you, babe, so much. I
You're
love
welcome.
it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, babe.
I hope it does
See, he wants
work
to
and help.
keep me in the kitchen.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, because growing up, we were always like, okay, what do we give my mom? And it was always like kitchen stuff or like just things to clean with. And then we were like, wait, no, it's personal gifts, not kitchen gifts. But yeah, when you
I
said that
love
that's what
it.
you wanted,
I
when you
love
said that
it.
that's what you wanted, I was like, okay, I have to get her what she wanted.
Hmm. Yo, if you guys ever
Hopefully,
want to get Rob anything, get him anything that's
oh my
plastic
god,
bags and kitchen cleaners.
cleaning
Yes.
supplies.
Yes, cleaning supplies. Yes.
No, 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 no. So two things. One,
Yes.
on that, when you said that, you still didn't create a list, or like obviously with Amazon and like there's these registries and stuff, you can create a list and share the link, and then people buy you the stuff,
Mhm.
and then it goes to your house or whatever. But um, when you said that, I felt like somebody other than me was thinking of getting you the salad spinner. So if you get two salad spinners, don't be surprised.
You
Um,
know what?
I, hmm,
Remember that box that I said I thought Sunny was trying to open?
mm-hmm,
I think that's a salad spinner
you
that my
think so?
parents, yeah, because yesterday when they dropped off my food, they were like,
Mm.
okay, we're gonna go. And they were just, my mom, she was just like, what was that other thing that you wanted? She was like, you wanted an ice maker. And like, what was the
Mm.
other thing? And I was like, salad spinner. And then my mom was like, yeah, yeah,
Oh
that.
no,
Yeah, so I think, I'm not
you're gonna have
sure.
to. Well, we
Yeah, I'm gonna
can.
show them. I'll
You
be
have
like,
three
oh, look
homes
at what
now.
Rob got me. Then they'll
You
be
have
like,
three
oh, that's
homes,
what we
so
got
you need
you.
three. You
Do I
hear
need
me?
three? One at home and
So
one
you have
here?
three and one here. So you need three.
Yes.
So if you do
Yes.
end up getting three,
Yes.
don't be too surprised. But another thing, you posted on Twitter, you said that if people wanted to get you some, or what was it? Art
Art
supplies.
supplies. Yeah.
And me, of course, I see that and I'm like, yes, of course I would buy you art supplies if I knew what to buy you. I don't know, like, and even if I go to the store and I'm like, I don't know what she wants, but she's an artist, and they would be like, yeah, okay, we can't help you. There's so many different things that art is for art.
He gives
So
me
if you
Play Doh.
could, so,
Play Doh.
so if you can create a list or something,
Hmm.
a registry, or you know, something, and then just share the link. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I think
people
I'm
would
gonna
help.
do that. Yeah. If you guys want to support me and my art, then you guys can check out that link. But I'll put something together and, I'll drop it in the description. But remember, you guys don't have to. If you guys support art and artists, then yes, that would be really, really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, and thank you in advance for considering it. But I
Yeah.
love my salad spinner. I'm gonna use it tomorrow. I'm gonna make some
Yeah.
crispy, fucking good, delicious hash browns. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good.
Mm.
Restaurant quality hash browns. Yes.
Yeah. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, I gotta
What?
go.
Oh, okay.
I have to go. So yes, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, babe.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you, babe. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
No, it's Christmas.
Yes, Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yes, no more of these holidays. It's Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep, New Year's is coming and I have to get New Year's cards to send out.
Mm, mm. We only have a week after, right?
Why are
It's
you
next week?
hating? Yes. Yes, it's
Oh
fine,
no.
babe.
Okay, well, I don't know if we're gonna cast on Friday and then in the next week. But if we don't, are we gonna talk about? Oh, well, I guess if we do, are we gonna talk about New Year resolutions? Do you do them? Do you partake? Do you just say F it? Do you
I
not do it?
I actually want to do that.
Okay.
So, yes.
So start thinking, people, about your New Year resolutions, what you want for
Yeah,
yourself and
tell us how you
for.
guys want to fake it up for next year.
Tell us how you want to fail within
Yes.
the first week.
Yes. We want to
No.
know. How I want to know.
Yeah. Okay,
You'll
then.
be fine.
Yeah.
But yes, we're going to talk about that in the next Why Run podcast live. So,
Yep.
thank you, babe, for joining me on panel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, babe, as always, babe. And yeah, we will talk to you guys in the next Wine Run Podcast Live. Don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And we will check you guys then. Peace.
See you guys soon.